The best investment you can possibly make. The best investment you can possibly make in your life. That is what we are going to talk about today. But, first, you already know what time it is. It's validation time. Please send your validation my way so that I can inhale it into my nostrils and down to the depths of my soul. Send said validation by subscribing to the YouTube channel. Hit the little notification bell so that you can get brand new videos the moment they come out. The notification bell is very important. All other platforms, please like, comment, subscribe, and share it with your friends. A lot of marketers that will use this kind of guilt trip tactic when they are trying to sell you something. They will talk about the idea of investing in yourself. Now, you know me, and if you don't by now, my whole approach to this kind of self-improvement game is I don't like to overly use marketing tactics or gimmicks to sell things. I just try to be honest and straightforward as possible. So on the one hand, there are some people who are like, well, you should invest in yourself. Like, join my $5,000 mastermind to learn about how to manifest money out of thin air, right? So that's kind of the corny, cheesy version of it. But the idea of investing in yourself is definitely the best investment you can make. And honestly, it baffles me how unwilling some people are to do it. So for example, my new book, as you guys all know, my new book, Real Help, An Honest Guide to Self-Improvement, I put together a bonus package for people who simply bought the book, who simply bought a book that was $10 to $25 depending on the format. As a matter of fact, I'll put the bonus here, which is lasting until the end of the month. But here's how the bonus worked. In exchange for buying a $10 to $25 book, depending on the format, I offered them a free online course on how to use medium.com to make a living, a website that I have used to make a six-figure income writing. On top of that, I added an 8-week in-depth program where I am helping people find their strengths and giving them the tools they need to start their side project, new path, or switch careers. I bundled all of that together, and then I sent it out to my list. And while many smart individuals took the opportunity to make, honestly, for what they're getting, a tiny investment in themselves, my unsubscribe rates went through the roof the minute I tried to share something of value and get people to invest in themselves. Now, the point of this is nothing to do with, woe is me, people unsubscribe from my list. Not only do I not care, I'm glad those people are off my list. And I'm super happy and glad that there are a bunch of people who did follow through with that opportunity, which you can find in the link below for the next week. There's a large group of people who did buy the book and they're in the courses, and I have a private Facebook group, and we're going in and we're sharing and we're learning and we're achieving goals together. So there are people who invest in themselves, and those are the people that I want to work with. But it's funny how people look at the way that they invest their money and their time, and how there's just this weird aversion to investing time and money into your own self-improvement. Again, this doesn't mean that you have to go and buy some spammy $10,000 course from some guru trying to teach you how to get rich overnight. I'm not saying that, but little things like buying a book. Books are the price of, a Chipotle burrito or two. We will run to Chipotle to go stuff our face with unhealthy burritos, meat, cheese, and sour cream. But when it's time to hit Barnes & Nobles to get a book that could potentially change our life, change our income, change our wisdom, change our finances, relationships, happiness, and contentment, that's when we start to get picky about our buying decisions, right? I was telling the story to my Instagram, which go and check my Instagram because I share behind the scenes while I'm working, and you also get a different kind of feel for the content over on Instagram, I was talking about a story where I bought a course on self-publishing for $1,000. And I actually bought the course at a time where I had little to no money. The mother of my child was pregnant at the time. We were living with her parents and we weren't even paying them rent because we were that broke. I was just beginning to get some traction as a writer, and I wanted to put a book out there. I wanted to create an income stream and then develop kind of tools and get the monkey off my back of writing the book so that I can move on to bigger and better things in my writing and turn it into a full-time writing career. So here I am with little to no money, really probably shouldn't have been buying a $1,000 course, which took up the bulk of my savings. But I looked at it as I'm betting on me. I decided that I didn't want to live a normal life. It pissed me off that I couldn't afford to take care of my family. I didn't want to continue living that way. I wanted to make something of myself so that I could take care of the people I love and find meaning and purpose at the same time. So on the one hand, could I have given away that $1,000 and got scammed? Sure. But I didn't care. I would have done it 10 times in a row if I could have. Just for the chance that 1 out of 10 of those courses would have worked. You know, I guess maybe my biggest strength is kind of my naive, almost gullible level of optimism. Like I have courses on courses on courses, which by the way, the funniest thing about it, all of the business courses that I've taken, all of them worked. All of the Become a Top Blogger courses, I took them and then I became a top blogger. Wouldn't you know it? Some people actually want to help, and there is such a thing as enlightened self-interest where they give you a product that helps and they get money and you both win. What a strange concept, right? So I don't second guess things. If I see a level that I can get to, that I can invest in myself and get that knowledge from someone who already knows what they're doing, if I can circumvent the process, if someone else has already taken the time to learn how to do something and I have to pay extra money so that I can get information faster and succeed faster, easy decision. But most people have it backwards. Most people they don't have that hustler's energy, right? And the hustler's energy is all about, this is going to be a weird analogy, but almost thinking about it like a hustler, like a drug dealer, right? So I used to sell drugs. And here's how the drug dealing game would work. You would sell some drugs, then you would get the profits, and then you would double down and you would reinvest that money. It's called the re-up. So you don't just sit on your money and be happy that you have money. You spend all of your money so that you can get more products, so that you can sell more product, right? So I've always had that hustler's energy, but now I'm directing it in a legal, ethical, and much more optimal way than selling marijuana, right? But I take the money that I have and I don't sit on it. I re-up. I reinvest in myself. I'm about to get on a flight to go to Los Angeles to go to a seminar. I have seminars booked all over the country this year. Maybe even all over the world. I might travel out of the country to do some of these things. I have a business coach. I have accountants. I have assistants. Just when I'm finally starting to make some extra income, where it would be really nice, like right now I'm living in this duplex. It's not an amazing space. I could afford to be living in a much nicer place. I could afford to be living in a much nicer car, nicer clothes. I wear $5 H&M t-shirts. I make the kind of salary that many people in the town where I live, they would be flexing, buying nice homes, wearing nice clothes, buying brand new cars. I'm taking all that money and I'm just doubling it up again, putting it back into my education again. What other marketing tactics can I learn? What else can I learn about writing? Who is a higher level business person who can teach me? Gotta be willing to invest it all to get something else. And the weirdest thing is, people do invest in, but they invest in the wrong stuff. They invest in what society tells you to invest into. You invest into college. Won't spend a couple grand on a business course. Won't buy a $10 ebook. But let's drop 50 grand and end up in a perpetual debt cycle to get an office cubicle job. That's the investment that you want to make? Let me put my money in a 401k when I know nothing about money whatsoever. Let me just trust my financial advisor, throw money into a 401k because they told me to, go to college because they told me to, buy a house and get into a bunch of debt because they told me to. Come on, man. This is not very difficult. This is not a sales pitch just to get you to invest in my books and my products. I don't care where you get it from. See, the thing about me is I'm content with what's going on right now. I'm happy that anyone who wants to engage with me will engage with me. But I would encourage people who, if you're not feeling my stuff, go somewhere else. Go find someone else who you think can help you and go to their stuff. All of these courses, YouTube videos, subscriptions, membership sites, are there some people who are scammers? Are there some sharks in the water? Duh. But aren't you a grown-up? Aren't you a smart human being? Don't you think you're able to decipher where the value is and where it isn't? Why aren't you investing in yourself? Why is it so easy for you to make a decision to blow your money and time on things that won't make your life better? But when it's time to pony up for something that could dramatically change your life, that's when you're hesitant. It's not risky or weird to drop $1,000 on a phone. But when it's $1,000 on a course, all of a sudden you have to go through this big debate. All of a sudden you need all these explanations when you're not being mindlessly entertained, or you're not doing something that conventional society wants you to do. All of a sudden it's such a big deal. But you'll sign the dotted line on becoming an indentured servant for the rest of your life. I don't understand what's going on. And hey, at the end of the day, I'm doing well. The people who are engaging with me are doing well. I really would like for you to join me. Like I said, in the description below, you'll find a link to the book. And then you'll also find a link where if you buy the book, you'll get access to free courses. 1, showing how I made a 6-figure living on Medium.com. 2, a course that will teach you all the concepts that I've been talking about in these videos more in depth. How to find your strengths, how to research and begin to create that side project, that side hobby, that craft, that life path, all those things. Hands-on work with me, private face groups where you get access to me and be able to talk to me. These are all the things that I lay on the table. So this is the fork at the road where you are gonna have to decide. Don't do it for me. Again, this is about you. Invest in yourself. It's the best investment you can make. Okay, like I said, real help is the book. If you buy that and then enter your name in the landing page below, you can get access to those free courses. You 2.0, that's another one of my books. I'm putting links to all of my books. These are the price of burritos. Is your life worth the price of burritos? Is your life worth the price of a night out at Red Lobster? Is your life worth movie tickets? Up to you. I will see you on the next video.